Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall Season of the Deep intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. Some absolutely great loot regarding those two things, so I'll give you a rundown on both of them, and then take you through all the other amazing farms that are actually available this week. Really good farms all across the board heading into the weekend. Some of it only available, of course, for the next 24 hours, so you never want to miss out. If you enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And of course, don't forget to stick around till the end of the video for that secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into the next giveaway on this YouTube channel for this video. Today, XUR can be found over in the Watcher's Grave on Nessus, in the big tree. Simply load in here and run up until you see this giant tree that we're standing in, if you've never been here before. Actually, some really good loot, I have to say, regarding XUR this week. Don't often say that. I actually think it's slightly better than last week. We, of course, have our Exotic Ingram, and then we have the Merciless. Now, I would pick this up if you don't have it. Of course, there are better things that I would use for boss DPS, which is primarily what I would use the Merciless for. So, not maybe the best in the current PvE meta, but still an interesting exotic all around. As say you're firing this at a really beefy enemy. If that enemy doesn't die, it will continually fire faster and faster and faster. So, sort of an interesting exotic. Hunters are definitely winning this week with this Shinobu's Vow roll. This one has a 68 total, very high mobility. This is almost as high as you can see any of these exotics from XUR actually roll. I believe 70 is the highest you can actually get from XUR, 71 being, I think, the highest exotic roll you can get anywhere, but that would be, I think, from a legendary lost sector or such. But improved skip grenades, definitely pick it up if you don't have it. Also, in my opinion, one of the best looking exotics. These were like one of my favorites back in D1 just because of this like futuristic chainmail look that they had going on. ACD feedback fences. ACDO feedback fences. I'm going to have a hard time saying these names today. This one with a 67 roll, also a really high one. I think this is actually better than the one that I currently have, so I'm definitely going to pick that one up. Melee hits store explosive defense energy. I don't really know how this sits into the current PvE meta at the moment, or PvP meta for that matter, but a very good roll on this exotic for Titans. 20 resilience, 12 recovery, 14 discipline. Maybe slightly low on mobility. You might have wanted to maybe swap that out for just a little bit more strength or the intellect into strength, but overall, a very solid roll. Then we have the Crown of Tempest with a 67 roll, also very high, though the mobility is totally wasted. Would have loved to have seen all of that mobility thrown into resilience or discipline, and this would have been a really great roll, but might want to skip on it this week. For legendary weapons, we have the Wolf Tone Draw with Adagio and Shoot to Loot. Not bad. Shoot to Loot's a pretty good perk. We have the Janin 7 Rifle. I'm going to have a hard time saying these names today. I know it. With Rampage. Full auto trigger system. Rampage is great, but no need to have full auto trigger system anymore. If you didn't know, you can actually set that passively in your settings now. We do have the 7th Seraph submachine gun, which is, in my opinion, one of the best submachine guns that you can get as far as arc is concerned. This one with Dragonfly, which is a great roll, and Firmly Planted. I believe it also has a Stability Masterwork. Yes, it does. With Extended Barrel and Chambered Compensator. Again, let me know what I say wrong in the comments. You know how this works. We have the Explosive Personality. Definitely pick this up. This is super meta, in my opinion. If you're looking for a wave frame grenade launcher, especially one that's solar, you can't go better than this. We got Land Tank on it, which is one of the best origin traits, in my opinion. Final blows with this weapon grant increased resilience and additional damage resistance. So if you're running this, say you're on Solar Warlock with your, well, let's just check out my roll because I would actually use this quite a bit. Say you're running Solar Warlock and you have on your good old Sun Bracers. This is going to just pair excellent with it. You're going to be getting a lot of health back, a lot of resilience buffs, and you know, when you're just spewing out grenades like that, nothing is better than having a actual grenade launcher to go with it. So definitely pick this one up. It's also a deep sight resonance weapon, deep sight activation weapon, turnabout, and it also has auto-loading holster with, I believe, a blast radius masterwork. So you have a blast radius masterwork with a wave frame grenade launcher giving you health back. Turnabout might be the lowest end perk on this particular roll, but still a good roll, still a good perk. Auto-loading holster is like my favorite perk I can get on any grenade launcher. It's like the one you die for. Implosion rounds, we have quick launch. I mean, this is just amazing. Definitely pick this up. This alone is worth XUR for the week, in my opinion. We have the 7 Seraph shotgun with quick draw and trench barrel. Kind of nothing. We have a threaded needle with killing wind and multi-kill clip. Okay. And then we have a gnawing hunger with field prep and rampage. I don't know how the 600 RPMs are playing right now at the moment in PvP, but this would have been a very good PvP roll in the past. Stability Masterwork, full bore, yeah. Maybe consider picking it up if you're someone who likes to use 600 RPM auto rifles in PvP. Legendary armor, there's really nothing stand out this week across the board on all classes. Everything's sort of in the low 60s, maybe highest mid 60s, but nothing really as far as a good roll is concerned. Over on the exotic weapons page, we have a Dead Man's Tale with Subsistence. Probably the second best perk you can get on this after Vorpal, but only pick it up if you don't have it. And then we have a Hawkmoon with Heavy Grip, Moving Target, ILA Magazine, and Extended Barrel. This one is actually one of the better rolls for the Hawkmoon, but I would say about on par with what we had last week. So remember, I believe the Dead Man's Tale is going to be removed from XUR, and it'll actually be a craftable weapon at some point. I think Presage is going to be coming back again. Pick up your exotic cipher. You can carry 5 of them if you don't have it. And that's going to be it for XUR information today. And hey, I was dead. Thanks for reviving me, buddy. We're going to head over to the tower now. Head over to Saint 14. Check out the Trials of Osiris loot as well as Banshee's loot for today. And there's some good stuff there. Also some good stuff that will be resetting at Tuesday's reset, so you'll have the remainder of the weekend to get it, but you definitely want to go over there at some point. While we're heading to the tower, we'll quickly just look around the solar system here for a moment for all the daily stuff. Today's legendary lost sector is the Chamber of Starlight. Now, you've heard me talk many times about how some lost sectors are the best ones to farm, and then some days are just the days to cash in those exotic Ingrams if you're having them sent to your postmaster. Remember, you do that by simply having a full inventory of Ingrams on your person. Any kind of Ingram, and all the exotics that you would get from the legendary lost sector chest will get sent to your postmaster. I'm going to reiterate this almost every time I cover any of this stuff, just because I always get questions about it. But just once again, if you open your character and you go to your inventory, so long as all of these are full, the loot that you would get from a legendary lost sector will instead get sent to your postmaster as an exotic Ingram. Essentially, an Ingram waiting to be acquired. As soon as you take it out of your postmaster, it will decrypt. It'll decrypt, though, into whatever the daily legendary lost sector loot is. So it doesn't matter what day you acquire the exotic Ingram on. It's the day you take it out of your postmaster that it will decrypt to the exotic of that day's Legendary Lost Sector. So, today is not only a great day to farm, as the Chamber of Starlight is a really easy Legendary Lost Sector, very quick, but if you are looking for any exotic head armor, today is the day to pull those exotic engrams that you might have in your Postmaster out. And you might get yourself one of the new exotics, like what I have here. If you're on a Warlock, for example, the Cenotaph Mask. I probably butchered that name. Let me know about it in the comment section down below. But one of the meta exotics this season steadily reloads a portion of your equipped trace rifle's magazine from reserves, damaging a vehicle boss or a champion with a trace rifle marks them as the target. When any ally defeats the marked target, special ammo is generated for you and heavy ammo for your allies. A lot of people have been using these in the GMs. It's really helping quite a bit. In fact, when I was running my Grandmaster this week, one of my teammates was rocking this helmet, and it was giving us tons of heavy ammo. Can't tell you really how great this is, especially because this week's Grandmaster Nightfall, which I also covered in my last video, but if you want to know more about how to do this week's Nightfall or Grandmaster Nightfall, check out my last video. Will be linked top right corner or at the end of the video, top right corner. But it's the Fallen Saber Strike, and the champions this week are Barrier and Overload. Overload is trace rifles this season, so can't go wrong. Also pairs very well with this seasonal's exotics trace rifle, so just keep all those things in mind. So turn those exotic engrams in if you have them in your Postmaster, or go farm Chamber of Starlight. Just go farm Chamber of Starlight. It's really, really good. Quickly, we're going to head over to Same 14, and then we'll finish up with Banshee 44. I'm sure this has been a long-winded enough video as it is. The Trials map this week is the Anomaly. That's the one with the big, like, cube thing in the middle. I always liked that map, actually. And the Adept weapon this week is the Exalted Truth hand cannon. This used to be one of those ones that everybody wanted. I don't know how it's playing at the moment. I can only assume it's playing very well because I can see 140 hand cannons are doing very well at the moment. I have a really good 140 hand cannon currently that I would actually recommend if anybody is looking for a good 140 to pick up. Anything like this Austringer is really just helping me out a lot, if I have to say so. Another Deep Sight activation weapon. And we will go check out Banshee 44 today because there was one for sale. This one has 2 access, rangefinder, snapshot sight, high caliber rounds, fluted barrel, extended barrel. Would have maybe wanted to switch out the barrels, but they're not too bad. But all these perks are just amazing. This one is really doing work for me in PvP. It actually helped me out quite a bit in Trials too. Head back over to Banshee 44 really quick. Check out what he's selling. And also quickly, remember that if you are looking to farm out the corrective obligation, that is, of course, the exotic from Vow of Disciple, if you haven't had a chance to run this week, if you are somebody who raids often and you're wondering what to do for the remainder of the weekend, you just want to raid, definitely go farm out the final boss in this. It is a very quick encounter. One of the easiest, I think, final boss encounters, in my opinion. And you can just do the checkpoint save and farm out as many times as you want. You aren't limited to just the 3 character runs like you are on the current raid. This one you can just farm out to your heart's content on any one character, so long as you keep that checkpoint saved. Just have 2 characters with the checkpoint and then bring your raid team in. I mean, I think most people know, if you are raiding, how to do this. If you don't raid at all and you're just trying to maybe farm out the corrective obligation exotic, it's a pulse rifle, by the way, very good for void builds. Then it's a very simple process of just making sure that you have the boss checkpoint saved on one character and then you just swap characters with your fire team, and you can farm it out as many times as you want until you actually get the exotic. It's one of the great things about the old raids versus the new ones where you only get 3 chances every week. Over at Banshee 44. Also, I might have forgotten to mention, if you are still looking to farm out this week's Nightfall, it is the loaded question fusion rifle. But check out my last video for more information on that. Today we have the Scavelock, I think I'm saying that incorrectly, again with Eye of the Storm under pressure. We have the Nezarac's Whisper with Deep Sight activation, Extrovert, Frenzy, Impulse Amplifier, and I believe this one has the... it doesn't. I thought it had the Tempered Trust halved. Fortunately, it doesn't. Kind of a mid-roll on this Nezarac's Whisper, even though it's always here. We have the Combine Action with Field Tested, Offhand Strike, and Zen Moment. This is actually a very good roll on this Combine Action, for PvP that is. Would have maybe liked a slightly better barrel, but overall, with Field Tested, Offhand Strike, and Zen Moment with a Stability Masterwork, this is actually going to do very well for you. Although it's only a 120, I like the 140s at the moment. It's still a very good roll. We have the Sail Spy Pitch Glass, Deep Sight Activation Weapon with Right Hook, Frenzy, and Clown Cartridge. Not bad. And this name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. All right, I'll try. Glissando, probably saying it incorrectly. 47 with Suros, Synergy, One for All, and Perfect Float. I don't really like Perfect Float that much. But heading over to the actual weekly weapons page. Now this Scout Rifle isn't too bad, but the one that you're really going to want to pick up is this Battle Scar. Now I talked about another Battle Scar earlier in the week, but this one's actually better than that. I think it's probably a better roll for both PvP and PvE. It's actually one of the best rolls you can probably get for PvE. We have Field Tested, which will do good in PvP as well as PvE. Then we have Kinetic Tremors, which are one of the best perks for PvE. We have Keep Away, we have Steady Rounds, Alloy Magazine, Hammerforge Rifling, as well as Full Bore. Absolutely excellent for PvE. And then we have a Stability Masterwork. Definitely pick this up if you don't have it. It's only available till Tuesday's reset. I'll probably do another advisory sometime later in the weekend. Overall, the rest of the stuff is just kind of okay. The Typhoon isn't bad because it has explosive light on it. Kind of remnant of the grenade launcher that we had last week from the Nightfall, which names escapes me. Leave that in the comment section down below, as well as anything else that I might have mispronounced or missaid. That'll count as the hashtag for today's video. But that will conclude all the information for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully you found something in it helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. As I've said before, remember any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. We're doing one every 1,000 subscribers. At 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X. And when we get to 1,000 followers on Instagram, we'll be doing a different giveaway. If you have watched till this point, please leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag Lightfall or a hashtag Trials of Osiris or a hashtag Season 22, because it's right around the corner, in the comments section down below. And of course, I am Wilhelm Scream. Thanks so much for watching, as always, and we will see you next time. Have a great weekend. Little!